Here's a Calabrian-inspired pasta dish for you using some prawns and some Nduja. I'm also going to serve this with orecchietti, which means little ear. Now, Nduja is a pork sausage paste, so it doesn't have the casing around it, and this is Calabria on a plate right here. It's absolutely delicious. So before we start cooking the Nduja in the sauce, let's get our pasta on. We want this to be al dente, and I've got some boiling water on, and we just need a good pinch of salt, and we'll add our pasta. And because it's a short pasta, we don't want them to stick together, so just give them a really good stir. And no oil in the water. A few people have been asking me that lately. No oil. It's just going to make it very messy to clean up the pot, and it's going to make our pasta greasy. So I've just been preheating this pan. We're going to add a good glug of extra virgin olive oil. And we're going to start with the garlic and our gorgeous basil here. So 2 cloves of garlic. I kind of like some texture with the garlic in this recipe, so don't worry about finely chopping it. Straight into that oil, and I like to add the basil, and this is a little trick my friend Adam Swanson showed me. What he likes to do is add the basil at the beginning, and what that does is flavours the oil. It just gives it a really different flavour, but in a good way. So roughly chop the basil, so you'll need about 1/4 cup, and then we can pop that in. And it'll start to sizzle. Now I'm just going to give that a toss and just allow those flavours to mingle. And the smell of frying basil is just so good. Now onto our prawns. I've got beautiful green prawns here, Aussie prawns. I've deveined them and I've peeled them. And I don't want them to be chunky for this recipe. I want to cut them smaller. So just cut them into bite-sized pieces. And that'll also help cook them quite fast. So last few. Okay, and we'll gather them and we'll pop them straight in. And now we're going to coat our prawns in our basil. We'll just separate those prawns and let them start cooking. You'll see they start to change colour immediately, so we can add our gorgeous Nduja. And you can get this from a lot of your delis. So we're just going to pop that in there, and I like to just use my hands just to break the sausage up. And you see, because there's so much fat in it, it just starts to melt away and flavour this gorgeous dish. I've noticed a lot of delis are supplying this now, so if you do see it, do try it. It's so wonderful. Okay, with my tongs, we're just going to break that up and just let that cook away just for a few moments. I'll add a small pinch of salt and some pepper. Not too much pepper, we've got enough flavouring going on in the Nduja, and look how it stains everything. Once it's started to melt away into that oil, we can add some passata, and that's going to make our sauce. It's about 600 mils of sauce for this. We'll give that a stir, and now this is just going to bubble down for about 4 to 5 minutes, maybe a little longer, just so it becomes thick and rich. It's enough time for our pasta to cook, and then we can plate up. Okay, the prawns are cooked, pasta is cooked, so I'm just going to use a slotted spoon to take the pasta out and directly into the sauce. Look how cute these little orecchietti are. I love their shape, and for this sauce, these orecchietti are particularly good. See how they're like little curls? It's just going to soak up all the flavour. Okay, heat can go off now, and we'll give this a really good toss. Look at that. So good. Rich sauce because of that Nduja that we've added. It smells fantastic. Let's plate this up, and nice big mound of this in the centre. I love that rich, deep red colour against that black plate. Okay. And I won't be adding any Parmesan cheese to this. It just needs a little zing, so the zest of some lemon straight over the top. This is one of those pastas that has a bucket load of flavour. The spiciness from the Nduja, the sweet pop from the prawns, and that rich tomato sauce paired with orecchietti, just perfect.